And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, health, nutrition, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, we'd love for you to save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. Bookmark our website as well, consumerqb.com. That's where you can find all of our expert contributors' contact information, their websites, phone number. 813-670-7372 is our hotline, but consumerqb.com. You can submit the form at consumerqb.com. An email will come directly to my team. We'll make sure we get back to you before our head hits the pillow. Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. Jason Hunter making his debut on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's the president of the Jason Hunter Group at Fairway Mortgage. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, sir. So the reverse mortgage product there's a lot of misnomers out there, but it really serves a purpose, especially for our folks that are over 61 years of age.
Absolutely. Especially in Florida, right?
Especially in Florida.
Demographic. Yeah. So
big time.
A lot of people to help and serve and certainly make it more aware out in the community. So
yeah, absolutely. It's something that we're going to dive deeper on it, but it's a misinformed. That's the thing we talk about here is there's so much misinformation out there. That's why we started this show almost 5 years ago now. We want to help educate people and let them know the ideas behind some of these products. So, Jason Hunter, thanks for joining us. Also, Chef Will Wagner in the house. He's an organic meal delivery service. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Yeah, so give us a little overview. What are you going to talk about today?
Well, basically, I run an organic meal delivery service, and I'm just trying to provide high-quality meals that will get you the lose weight the healthy way.
Yeah, I like that. Awesome, man. And I've been eating your food for a few weeks now, and excellent, man. I got to tell you, it's awesome. Thanks. Food. I love it. The right combination of veggies with the proteins, and it's interesting too. We were talking about maybe doing a diet in the January. You said.
Sure. Yeah.
What was that you said?
The ketogenic diet.
Ketogenic diet. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'd like to hear more about that as well. We'll see. I definitely want to have those New Year's resolutions. Here we are, end of December, going into January. This is the time of year that everybody has these resolutions where we're going to resolve to, lose weight, make more money, whatever we're going to do. We're going to have those resolutions. So we're going to help you with that here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And let's give a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill. Our restaurant partner is Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. And at Brio Tuscan Grill, you will discover an Italian menu, signature drinks, and a friendly waitstaff, and bringing you the pleasures of a Tuscan country villa to Tampa. Check out Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, here in studio, we always start our show off with a little bit of personal development. We're going to have you call that audible here in life. So what we want to talk about is the GOSPA model. Brian Tracy, one of my favorites, he talks about the GOSPA model. So it's goals, objectives, strategies, priorities, and action. So when you look at setting a goal, setting some type of a resolution, which is to resolve, the old adage is you're going to burn the boat. You're going to take that island, but you're going to burn the boat. The Army is going to say, wow, we don't have a boat, so we got to take this island. So you're going to eliminate all alternatives. So number one is goals, specific, measurable, time-mounted results. You also have objectives. Those are the interim goals that you'll receive when you reach those major goals. Think of those as the rungs on the ladder. As you're going up that ladder, you're going to hit certain measurable objectives. Strategies, okay? So these are going to depend varying on the application. Maybe you're going to increase sales. Maybe you're going to reduce a certain amount of weight. Priorities. These are the activities that are more important than others. And you get into the 80-20 rule here. This is where you want to apply the 80-20 rule, Pareto principle, where he's talking about 20% of your actions are going to be attributing to 80% of your goals and your results. So the GOSPA model is a way that you can think about that: goals, objectives, strategies, priorities, and actions. So Consumer Quarterback Show, published author, professional speaker Brandon Rhymes here. Check us out on Amazon. Become the MVP in your industry by surfing the radio waves. We would love for you to check out our book, and we would talk to you about that as well coming up in the new year. We got a really new, exciting product coming out as well as a part 2 of that book. Coming up in our show, we got popular songs, sing-along songs at parties in our Name That Tune segment. We also have our feel-good story of the week coming up as well. Elementary school flooded with blankets after girl's heartbreaking Christmas list goes viral. All right, so let's jump into it. Jason Hunter here. He's a mortgage expert here in Tampa Bay, and specifically, we're talking about the reverse mortgage product today. So the reverse mortgage product brought about in the 80s. The Reagan administration brought it out. There's been some changes to that product over the years, but it's a way that helps our seniors age in place and access monies through their home equity.
That was good.
Yeah,
very well said.
Quick summarization, right?
You didn't need me, no. Just but what's interesting about the reverse product is housing is actually the most expensive part of retirement, right?
Right.
And so many forget that until too late. So there's the reverse mortgage is actually the most misunderstood financial tool, and it's at the later years of life when I feel people should be able to maintain or live the lifestyle they've been used to living.
That's right.
Some statistics that came out saying that 84% of people retiring at 62 will outlive their money.
Wow.
Which is scary. And then if they just are able to delay the time frame to 68, 50% will outlive their money. So at least that's better than the 62 percentage.
So if they retire later, then they're going to have a 50% chance.
Yeah, and a lot of it's
Wow.
just assets, right? So what's the big benefit of, say, a reverse mortgage is increased cash flow, right? So they can have more funds to do what they want to do. Increased tax deductions for their income tax. And then, what most people want to leave behind is a legacy, right?
That's right.
But then your legacy is your assets, whether your house or your physical assets. Another statistics, and these are all, these aren't my opinion. These are tools, or this is from research of the retirement research and financial planners research. 1 out of 100 receiving an inheritance would rather receive cash or other assets over an actual home.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting. Now, so let's jump into these misnomers. What are the misnomers? I think the number one thing that jumps out at me is, the bank's going to own my home after this thing.
And that's the biggest, right? So, looking at, say, a forward mortgage, there's thousands. That sadly happens probably thousands of times, more than that, across the country.
That's right.
And the reality is, if the only way, say, for a reverse mortgage for someone to lose their home is to not pay their taxes,
right,
which is the same as a forward mortgage,
yep.
Or they have up to a year, that the family that's inheriting the property has up to a year to do something with the property. After that, then something has to happen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a non-recourse loan, right?
Right. Correct. Yeah.
Right.
And you have two different. You have the HECM, which is backed by FHA. And then there's other, non-FHA or secondary products that go into the jumbo range, which is much higher than the HECM range.
So the HECM is the home equity conversion mortgage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So home equity conversion mortgage, aka reverse mortgage, aka that thing that you heard about, but you just shut it off initially because you've heard all these bad things about it. So let's give a scenario, maybe a recent success story or something where you're able to help folks in this scenario.
Yeah, thanks for sharing. As I think through, there's a good number of people we've helped, and I think what people are most grateful for is just understanding their financial position and the impact and how to utilize the reverse mortgage, because they're actually gaining equity in the home as they go. So if the most used is a HECM, if we look at, say, a recent one, a gentleman, actually the property is worth $3 million. So I think,
wow.
Easy to talk about the scenarios where someone, is, say, in a home worth $300,000. If you go with a more less common scenario, a gentleman owns a home that's worth $3 million, owes $900,000 on it.
Yep.
His carrying cost monthly for the property was $180,000 a year.
Wow.
Had he not done anything, he within 6 years would have ran out of funds to be able to stay in his home. Now he has a reverse mortgage on the property where there's no required payment, and he can stay in the property, as long as he needs to, as long as he's paying his taxes. Right?
Yeah. Just pay the taxes, pay the insurance on the property. That's your basic cost. So that's a great example. So a $3 million asset, of course, it's out of the norm. Most people are going to have a $300,000 home, but it's great for illustration purposes because his carrying costs on that property were $180,000 per year.
Per year.
So now, he's got to be 61 years old, 62 years old. He's got to have certain amount of equity in that property. So about roughly 50%. It's a sliding scale depending on the age.
It is, yeah. And so that's one of the recent changes in October. Obviously, there's got to be a little bit greater equity percentage than prior nowadays, but still, millions that need this product.
Yeah, it's interesting. So if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. Jason Hunter, he's a mortgage expert here, Jason Hunter Group at Fairway Mortgage on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More about these reverse mortgage products when we come back. Also, we're going to bring in Chef Will Wagner. We're going to talk about healthy eating, organic meal delivery service here in Tampa Bay. And, it's great timing with the New Year's resolutions coming out. So we're going to talk about some of that. And later in the show, we have our Name That Tune. We're going to have some fun with you on that Name That Tune segment. And we have our positivity segment, our Tell Me Something Good segment. Elementary school flooded with blankets after a girl's heartbreaking Christmas list goes viral. Stay with us here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Ward Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation, visit Pasco County, Florida.
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. We're looking for inventory right now. There's a severe lack and shortage of inventory. We're talking single-family homes, duplexes, triplexes, quads. We need listings. We need more inventory. We've got buyers moving into the area that we cannot find a home that fits their needs. So we're hoping to talk to sellers out there. If you're thinking about selling, we would love to hear from you. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com, 813-670-7372. 670-7372, 670-REQB. And a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 6508 Bimini Court in Apollo Beach. This is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath property. Beautiful property. Now, this is saltwater canal, bay access, fisherman's paradise here in Tampa Bay. $690,000, just reduced to $690,000. 5,600 square feet. Beautiful property in Apollo Beach in the beautiful Hillsborough area. And also a hot listing. This is more of an entry-level starter home for someone, maybe a rental for an investor. This is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath property, 1 and 1/2 bath property, 2614 Cove K Drive, Unit 302 in Clearwater. Cove K, beautiful property. This community here has marina, clubhouse, restaurant, pro shops, tennis, sauna, fitness, pool, jacuzzi. Great opportunity at just above $100,000 here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right, welcome back here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Jason Hunter in the house. He's a mortgage expert, the Jason Hunter Group at Fairway Mortgage, and also Chef Will Wagner coming up as well. He's an organic meal delivery service owner and a chef here in Tampa Bay. So let's go back to that mortgage product. We're talking about the reverse mortgage product. We talked about some of the initial misnomers, and here's another one. This is something more of a strategy. Now, when you do have, if you're over 62, you have the ability to access your equity in your home. You do not have to make a payment to the mortgage company. The mortgage company can pay you in 2 ways, right? So you've got a structured settlement where they can pay a structured agreement where they can pay you a monthly amount of money, which is a lot safer, or you could take a lump sum of equity as well. Is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, so it's a good opportunity, depending on what the homeowner, the senior citizen is going to want, depending on what their needs are. There's options for them.
Yeah, and then in addition to that, you have the equity line that grows. So for those who say, well, I'll delay it till later in life, the sooner they start, the more that their line is growing. So say they initially were at a 50% loan to value, just hypothetically, they could be 5 years down the line at gaining equity and a line of credit that they can use within the property as well.
Right.
So some strategies with wealth advisors are using the equity line for a multitude of things, right? Whether it's life or to minimize tax deductions and things like that.
Nice. Yeah, so you could take that money. Now, here's the thing to be careful of, too, because there's scams out there that we've seen attached to these types of products. You want to be careful not to take a lump sum and then have some shyster come in and say, oh, well, I know you can invest this over here into this, or, invest it maybe into Bitcoin or something, right? You want to be careful with if you do take a lump sum, but, the safer ideal would be to take these structured payments where it's, every month you're getting a certain amount that's going to cover your monthly grocery bills, your gas, your certain expenses.
Yeah, and then the bigger piece of reducing your cash flow, increasing your cash flow, because there's not a mortgage payment, or for those who would say, well, my house is already paid off. Well, what would your family want after your time? Would you want to utilize the cash and see your family enjoy the cash today to start a business, to travel? I know for my family, they'd like to see me enjoying life today versus after they're gone.
Great point. So, think about it from the family side. So the siblings, the sons, the daughters, they're going to say, oh, well, when they pass away, the mortgage company's going to take the house. That's not the case. There's going to be equity there. Let's walk through that.
Yeah. So a person can actually, say I'm inheriting a property. I have the ability to buy it back at 95% of the value of the property, which is a good position. I mean, you're actually getting a 5% gain from what the market value is. After death, there's increments of a time frame, but let's say a 3 to 6 month time frame where a property has to be statused with a plan.
Right.
And there's up to a year to actually move forward on the plan with the property.
Okay.
So
yeah, interesting. All right, let's go ahead and bring Chef Will Wagner into the conversation. Organic meal delivery service, and well, first of all, welcome to the show, Will.
Thank you. Thanks again for having me.
Yeah, man, good stuff. So you've got some great options for homeowners out there, or not doesn't have to be a homeowner. Anyone that wants to have a delivery to their home or their office, you have this organic meal delivery service, and you can help them do that, live a better life.
Yes. I try to do it where the food's always chef quality. I try to use the highest quality ingredients I can find always every week. Then the menu changes weekly too, so to keep things fresh, so you don't get bored with it. Because
Nice.
I found one of the main reasons people can't stick with the plan is the redundancy. They're eating
Right.
steamed broccoli and grilled chicken, 7 nights a week. It gets old.
That's right. I remember, some of my early, career first out of school, your first job, you got a roommate, and it's, hey, let's do some chicken breast and do some broccoli and eat that for a couple of days, and so you're able to provide folks, especially nowadays, everyone's busy. You've got people that have kids, they're running around a soccer practice, everyone's kind of strapped for time. This is an ability for them to take advantage of your services, eat healthy, and just live a better life.
Yeah. Time saver, that's probably one of the best things. And then it's pretty cost effective too, because if you were to go out and buy these groceries on your own, you're going to spend upwards of $100 on that alone. And
Right.
My cost for the week is $150 for an individual. So, it's pretty fair.
That's very fair. Yeah, absolutely. So you look at the ability to not go out and buy the groceries, not to spend the time driving them from there, unpacking the groceries, and then of course everyone's favorite part, pulling out all the pots and pans and dishes, and dealing with the cleanup as well.
Yep. Yeah, most when people come home from grocery shopping, they usually order a pizza because it's pretty exhausting to make the
Yeah.
food after.
Yeah, exactly. So Chef Will Wagner here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. So organic, how important is it now to have that organic side into your nutritional plan?
I believe it's the cause of non-organic food. All the GMOs and all that are causing a lot of diseases, and more research is showing that.
Right.
The more we learn, like the gluten intolerance was a big thing, but now we're finding out that it's actually the glyphosate in the wheat that's causing the illnesses, and
Wow.
not the gluten.
Wow. So it's not so much that, and when you look at that, how can you, as a homeowner or as a listener out there, viewer of our show, folks are looking at, trying to save money, and it's the speed. It's the speed they pull through a fast food restaurant and they say, oh, well, it's it doesn't cost as much. When you compare that, it actually does cost more as to buying, because that's the thing that people say, oh, it costs more to eat organic.
Not necessarily. I say a few years ago when I first started, my product cost was probably about 25% higher.
Yep.
And there's a lot of competition now. The Whole Foods, Sprouts,
Yeah.
Fresh Market, they're opening up everywhere. So organic food's becoming pretty competitive, and the consumers want it. So the farmers are growing it. So that's lowering the cost too.
Yeah, Earth Fare is that one?
Yeah,
in
that's
Old
another
Bar
new
now?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've shopped there a couple of times. Very important to do that as well. To look at the organic ingredients. What are you putting into your body? And then we have this epidemic of weight gain and over, I believe 70% of Americans now are overweight. The statistics keep going up and up, and it's not because knowledge. It's not because we don't know. We can't figure out what it is to eat, that we need to exercise more. It's more about the convenience factor and people just not making it a must. They're not, committing to that.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody knows how they eat healthy, but then doing it, that's another thing.
Right.
So once you just pop open your fridge and it's there for you. So that's one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, so it's great. So, if you're a busy executive out there, we would love to hear from you. Reach out, 813-670-7372, 670-REQB, if you want to be in contact with Chef Will Wagner here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com as well. So let's walk them through. So, some of your success stories, you've helped people, almost as a consultant here, you have all this knowledge around food and how to prepare it properly and the organic side. So you've had people that's been taking your meals, eating eating your meals and been able to lose weight?
Yeah, I've had clients lose over 100 pounds. My own sous chef is over 100 pounds now in about a year.
Wow.
Yeah, I help people get off of blood pressure medications, help diabetics. It's all, you can pretty much fix just about everything with your diet.
Yeah, exactly.
Bad diet causes it, so you can fix it with a good diet.
Yeah, it goes back to the ancient sayings. The food is thy medicine, right? Mm-hmm. Let thy food be thy medicine.
We're getting back to the old way of things now. I think people are realizing that.
Yeah, more and more. You're seeing it more and more. People are tuned in to the nutritional side, and it's trickling down. I like your point earlier as well, where people are eating healthier. So the demand is driving the supply. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of the reverse. You've got the farmers that are saying, "Hey, let's make this product." Maybe they get paid a little bit more per acre for it, but it's something that is going to help you avoid cancer. We've got friends of ours that have a daughter that has cancer. How sad is that when you're in that position? And we had a friend that lost a daughter to cancer a couple years ago. So these are things that you can do to be preventative. So stay with us here, Consumer Quarterback Show. We're going to talk more with our expert contributors here in studio. Jason Hunter, Chef Will Wagner, Steve Gunnin joined us as well. He's a managing partner for Replenish IV Solutions. Coming up, we have our Name That Tune and our Feel Good Story of the Week here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Elementary school flooded with blankets after girls' heartbreaking Christmas list goes viral. Stay with us here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Former USF football player, played on the inaugural football team at USF. Now we're quarterbacking introductions to all of our expert contributors, our show partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're quarterbacking transactions for our sellers, our buyers, our investors out there, real estate investors out there. And we want to give a shout out. This segment is brought to you by Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. It's the first new hotel built on St. Pete Beach in decades. Spanish ancestry meets cool Mediterranean attitude. It's a whitewashed Mediterranean palace with expansive luxury suites with balconies overlooking the intercoastal waterway. Rooftop yoga on the weekends, the Castile restaurant on site, breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get 20% off of your stay over at Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora, our official restaurant and hotel partner here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, back here in studio, we're going to help you win a couple of hot listings. I want to let you know about 10217 Timberland Point Drive in Tampa. This is a beautiful listing in New Tampa. 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, over 3,900 square feet, and it's a great community in the Arbor Green community here. $329,000, great buying opportunity. Timberland Point Drive in Tampa. So it's a gated community, lots of features. You got the fitness room, tennis courts, resort-style heated pools, playgrounds, and a boardwalk as well. So Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and duplex here in St. Pete Beach is 3610 Casablanca Avenue, just north of the Don Cesar on beautiful St. Pete Beach. This is a rare find here. A lot of income potential, $599,000 just reduced, and it's a duplex property right on the beach, St. Pete Beach. Hot property here, compliments of Platinum MVP Realty. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, let's jump back into it. So in studio today, Jason Hunter. He's Hunter Group, Jason Hunter Group at Fairway Mortgage, reverse mortgage specialist. Chef Will Wagner, organic meal delivery service, and Stephen Gunnin just joined us as well, managing partner for Replenish IV Solutions. So Chef, let's go back to you. So we're talking about ways that, kind of going against some of the misnomers, just like we talk about fiscal literacy. We're talking about the physical literacy, how people can understand more about their diet. Does it necessarily cost more to eat organic? And then if you think about the long-term effects, you're going to be saving money when it comes to doctor's bills and dealing with those tragedies that sometimes happens with cancer. So let's talk about the fun side of it, man. You're able to come together as an artist here, and you're putting together these awesome meals and dishes. Let's tease the taste buds here a little bit out there for our listeners and our viewers.
Yeah, I'm really fortunate to be able to do what I do. So pretty much, I have no set menus, nothing. I just see what's in front of me and get creative with it every week. So that's a lot of fun.
Nice.
And then, I'm trained in world cuisine. My sous chef works with me. He's traveled the world, works at some of the best restaurants around. So we just collaborate and just come up with some really good stuff every week.
Give us a little sample of that. So just like, for example, this past week, the cauliflower that was with the chicken, really, really unique flavor.
Yeah, that's the back to that steamed broccoli thing. Everybody thinks you have to steam vegetables. It just makes them gross. Why not roast them, put a little olive oil and herbs on them? Herbs have no calories, nothing on them, and it's just all flavor.
That's right. Yeah. And when you cook them, when you overcook them, steam them, and boil them, you're cooking out a lot of the nutrients.
Correct.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so by roasting them, adding the garlic, adding the different types of oils. What's your flavor of oil that you cook with? Do you mix it up? Do you do some coconut, some?
We use a lot of coconut for the healthy fats, especially for all my keto people, and then just olive oil, and then we'll use grass-fed butter too occasionally.
Yeah. Give that flavor. So let's talk about some of the different combinations. You got everything from fish to chicken. You got a vegetarian diet as well for some of the folks out there in vegetarian world.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and kids menu also. I just try to do all wholesome ingredients, but just kid-friendly food that they'd be familiar with. And then it's pretty much.
What is on the kids menu? Let's talk about that, because I've got a 12-year-old. It's I'm always preaching at her. Hey, you got to eat this. Try to eat some more veggies.
Yeah. So basically just standard. I try to do macaroni and cheese. Every kid likes that, but we use all organic cheeses. We'll use organic noodles, gluten-free noodles, and then so you don't got to worry about the glyphosates and all that stuff.
Nice.
And then just like healthy flatbreads, gluten-free, grass-fed organic beef in there. It has all the same omega-3s as salmon would. A lot of people don't know that.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. So, yeah, we're talking with Chef Will Wagner here. He's an organic meal delivery service right here in Tampa, can deliver to your home or office on a weekly basis, delivering these great food, keeping you from pulling into those fast food restaurants. You know what happens? You know, we're busy professionals. We're in the mortgage industry. We're in the real estate industry, whatever it might be. And you're running around. You're going from one appointment to the next, and you say, oh, man, I got to eat at some point. So you either pull out a protein bar or something to try to get you through, or you end up swinging into those fast food restaurants that we know are not good for you. So this is a healthy alternative.
Yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. I've been guilty of it too. So, yeah, we're not immune to it.
Yeah, it happens, and you mix it up every now and then, and sometimes a nice fried chicken, whatever it is, or whatever you're eating, it hits the spot, right? Mm-hmm. But awesome, man. So organic meal delivery service. Reach out, consumerqb.com, 670-7372. All right, let's bring Steve Gunnin into the conversation here, managing partner, Replenish IV Solutions, longtime friend of the program as well. And Steve, so let's give an overview in case there's any new listeners out there, what exactly Replenish IV Solutions can do for you.
Well, we kind of do what Will here does. We try to help people out when they're not kind of doing the right thing. But ours is, for those that maybe just are too busy. Like you say, we're not getting you to drive into the fast food restaurant like some of our cravings do. But we have those that don't take care of themselves. Maybe work a little hard. Some play a little hard. Some are overexerted from everything. Work, stress, family, sickness, medical conditions.
Yep.
And we just help give you a nice natural boost. We use all natural vitamins. We give you a good fluid that has electrolytes in it.
Nice.
Just kind of gives you a perk up after, a lot of things that tackle you in life.
That's right. You got New Year's coming up right around the corner, New Year's Eve. Got the hangovers, the hangover cure. You're treating all types of patients over there, folks that are battling certain diseases, even cancers. So
we kind of look at it all naturally. Yeah, we kind of like helping them out. I mean, it's treat almost has such a negative word to it now because people think that you're diagnosing or doing something. People get diagnoses from their doctor. That's where they really need to get it.
Right.
But how you decide to take care of yourself is your own business and what you should decide to do. Whether you're going to eat organic or you're gonna eat whatever else comes down the pipe, at the lunchroom.
Yeah.
You have to decide what's going to be best for you. And we kind of offer an all natural alternative to help you out, whether it is getting over a hangover. I mean, hangovers are bad, and people don't think that they're bad for you, but you're damaging cells and you're damaging your body and you're aging yourself by, constantly going out and dealing with a hangover.
That's right.
We're in no way, shape, or form encouraging you to go out and get drunk and come and see us. That's not what we're about. But if you've had that occasional or once in a while, type of holiday mixer,
you
need a little boost. You need something to help pick you up. And, whether it's getting sick or just feeling like you got hit by a truck or honestly, I've seen people that said, look, I just was so busy. I went straight from work. I didn't eat. I went and had a couple drinks and I feel like I got hit by a truck. And they may have truly only had 2 or 3 drinks, and it's like they're just not taking care of their body, before the whole get together. You know? So that's some of the things that we see.
Especially on an empty stomach, it's going to compound.
You absorb it a lot quicker.
Yeah, it's going right in. And, one of the things that I think people may have heard of is the Myers cocktail.
Mm-hmm. Myers is one that it's been around since the 60s and 70s. Dr. Myers invented this. He gave it to thousands upon thousands of clients, patients of his. He was an actual regular doctor, and he came up with this IV cocktail that he gave for years. And then once he died, Dr. Gabsy took it over and kind of pioneered what's now termed as the modified Myers. So there may be something truly that we don't know that Dr. Myers put in there, but I think he's got a pretty good formula here, and it works. I mean, it gives you a natural boost. We don't use anything synthetic in there. So it's, you're trying to keep it all natural, no GMOs. I mean, I was shocked to learn a while back that you can actually GMO some of the stuff that they do in the vitamins that we get. So we've had to make sure that we steer away from all that.
Wow, interesting. Yeah, you look at the opportunities for those GMOs to creep into your life. I mean, you talk to different people. I've heard people say that corn, actual corn, there is no such thing of a organic or a regular corn anymore. It's all GMO. I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny because now there's one of the big manufacturers that I guess is trying to pull their ranks and saying that that you're gonna have to buy all your vitamin C from them. But what it basically did is they somehow, patented a process.
Yep.
And of course, there's got to be something synthetic in there for them to patent that because you can't just go and patent vitamin C.
Right.
So,
right.
now they're having to have all these people. It turns out they don't want to tell you, but there's a better than average chance that it's GMO modified, and they're having people. So we're steering away from that as well. But you've always got to be on the lookout for it.
Absolutely. Stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from our expert contributors here in the house. We've got Jason Hunter, Chef Will Wagner, and Steve Gunnin, Managing Partner, Replenish IV Solutions. And we're going to come into our Name That Tune. We've got popular sing-along songs for parties, and these songs are ranging from the 70s to the 90s. And we also have our Feel Good Story of the Week, Tell Me Something Good segment coming up. Elementary school flooded with blankets after girls' heartbreaking Christmas list goes viral. So stay with us here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host, Consumer Quarterback Show, and this segment is brought to you by Signature Massage and Facial Spa in Tampa. Are you looking for a place to get a massage or a facial at an affordable price, but without having to sign up for membership? Look no further. At Signature Massage and Facial Spa, they offer a 1-hour sweetest massage for $49.95, always no contracts. Come in early during the early bird hours and receive an additional $10 off for those muscles and knots that need extra work. Ask about getting a deep tissue or sports massage, and if skincare is what you're looking for, they have amazing facial and microderm packages. Check out Signature Massage and Facial Spa, 11248 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, or call 813-925-8898, 925-8898 to schedule an appointment. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get additional $10 off. Also, our cleaning company here at the Consumer Quarterback Show is Two Maids and a Mop, our official cleaning partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They provide excellent service. A clean house is going to help you feel better. And Two Maids and a Mop offers free cleaning to cancer patients. With Two Maids and a Mop, your approval rating matters. The pay rate, the staff is based on the evaluation. And also, if you need a cleaning company, it's Two Maids and a Mop. All right, back here in studio, helping you win in any marketplace. Jason Hunter in the house. He's a reverse mortgage specialist. Jason Hunter Group at Fairway Mortgage. Chef Will Wagner here as well. He's organic meal delivery service. And Stephen Gunnin, he's the managing partner for Replenish IV Solutions. All right, so let's go back to Stephen. So, Stephen, you guys recently relocated your office too down on Gandy?
Yeah, absolutely. We moved down to Gandy. It's been really great. You know, it's we still like the downtown area. We're very easy access. We're literally about 6 to 8 minutes right off the crosstown.
That's right. That crosstown is amazing, man.
Yeah, so it works really well. So yeah, we're really happy. We got a nice space, name on the sign finally.
Great location.
Before we're in somewhere else, and it's you you kind of live in somebody else's boundaries. You live in somebody else's house. You know,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, last time I went to see you, I was leaving an appointment out in Brandon, and it's the first time to the new office. And I jumped on that crosstown, and you're literally there in minutes.
It's easy. Yeah. And we're happy. It's been good for us. We're excited.
That's excellent. Yeah. So Stephen Gunnin, Replenish IV Solutions, he can help you, from a lot of different perspectives. You're looking at a nutritional, what do you recommend if someone wants to be healthy on a maintenance type schedule, just to fend off,
It really just, I think the Myers is always a good thing to do. If you're worried about catching like a bug or something like that, do something a little antiviral, like some extra vitamin C, even like every so often, a little glutathione. It's a really good antioxidant, but the Myers is always a good base to start with.
Yeah.
And we could, add or subtract of whatever's in the protocol approved by the doc. And it really is a benefit. You can get a quick little boost, or just kind of get that pickup from holidays are stressful.
Yeah.
It's funny because people don't think you can get dehydrated in this time of year. And I got to tell you, it's easier to get dehydrated in the wintertime than it is the summertime. Because in the summertime, your eyes are wide open to it. Oh, yeah, if I go outside, I get hot and sweaty. I better make sure I take care of it.
That's right.
Wintertime, what are you doing? You're drinking more coffee. You're drinking more tea, hot cocoa,
Yep.
things that have caffeine in it, things that dehydrate you, maybe a little bit more holiday cheer. And what are you doing? You're layering clothes as it get warm. And with Florida, it's like you go out. Like yesterday, I got stuck wearing a long sleeve shirt, and it was 80 degrees out, but it was 60 when I left the house.
Yeah.
And it's like you're just sweating more, and you don't even think about it. So
That's
it's
right.
a lot easier to get dehydrated this time of year. You're just not paying attention to it.
And the stress, stress adds to that as well.
You got your stress of everyday life, and then by the way, you gotta get everything set for Christmas, and it can be really super stressful.
That's right. All right, here we go. Name that tune.
Ladies and gentlemen, name that tune.
All right, so we have some fun with you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Popular songs on our Name That Tune, popular sing-along songs at parties. So just chime in. If you know the name of the artist or the name of the song, just let us know. All right, here we go. Number one, first song, 1973. Here we go.
Piano Man.
Got it. Uh-oh, that was quick. All right, for extra credit, who is the artist?
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel.
Coming to town in February.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice. That'd be a good one
Looking
to
for
see.
some Christmas tickets.
Yeah, that's cool. There you
family.
go. Very cool. All right, here we go. Song number 2.
Free Bird.
Yeah, Free Bird.
Yeah, it is. I got a typo on this list. He wrote, Anthony, our show producer, wrote Sweet Home Alabama, but that's not. That's obviously Leonard Skinner there for Freebird. All right, here's another old school right here. Kind of like a early hip hop song.
You got what I need.
Remember this one? 1989. Kind of a one-hit wonder. He could be on our one-hit wonder list.
Video. I know the lyrics. I can't think of the.
Yeah. Just a Friend, Biz Markie. 1989. All right, here's a popular song, probably one of the most popular country songs of all time, 1990.
Friends in Low Places.
That's right. Friends in Low Places. Garth Brooks. The legendary Garth Brooks. He did his tour. Remember, he canceled his event in Tampa. A lot of people were upset, but then I think like the next year he went to Orlando, so we went and caught him in Orlando. All right, last song, 1989.
Love Shack.
Love Shack, yeah. B-52s. That's right. All right, good stuff. So that's we'll name that tune. Have a little fun with you here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, and we always want to inject some positivity into your life.
Tell me something good.
So, elementary school flooded with blankets after a girl's heartbreaking Christmas list goes viral. So, a 7-year-old's letter to Santa asking for a blanket and food has brought in hundreds of donations to help her and other impoverished children at her school in Edinburgh, Texas. So, when Monte Cristo elementary teacher Ruth asked her first grade students to write a letter to Santa, she wasn't expecting what would happen next. One student, Crystal Paccio, asked Santa for only for food, a blanket, and a ball for her brothers to play with. After the kids were gone for the day, I sat down and read the letters. She told CNN, that's when I noticed Crystal's request. It just really broke my heart. Who was surprised that Crystal had such needs. She was always so happy. And she posted on her heartbreaking Christmas list on her Facebook page, not expecting what would happen next. In just a few days, the school has received more than 900 blankets, and they are still coming in. Blankets have come as far as New England, New Zealand, Germany, a global response for young girls. Simple letter to the North Pole. Feel good story. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That's great.
Good stuff, man. So people come through when they do the GoFundMe pages and in those posts like that. It's amazing how things can go viral now. Something that we didn't have pre-internet stage, I guess. Maybe on a smaller level with classified ads in the newspapers and those types of things. So, all right, let's jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
All right, lightning
majored
round.
in lightning rounds.
Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Jason Hunter, you're up first.
In life or in
you go
in,
wherever you want with it, buddy. Yeah, you go wherever you want.
Goodness, I'll say personally, just enjoying this season, right?
Yeah.
I think it's so easy to try to close out a year, and obviously helping and serving clients, but also putting family first, and I'm staying focused on that as well, and enjoying this time of year before it's first of the year, but
that's right.
Still putting business plans together.
Yep.
And making sure we're prepared and grateful for this year and excited for next year.
Yeah, I like that. Enjoy the season, enjoy the the time, enjoy the journey. We all have this work-life balance, so that's a good part is to enjoy the journey and remember what really matters at the end of the day. All right, Chef Will Wagner, Organic Meal Delivery Service, parting words of wisdom, tips, nuggets of advice.
Yeah, I think one of my main resolutions this year is to enjoy the moment, to live in the present.
Yeah.
And not focus too much about the future and stress out about it. Just enjoy what I have.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So when you think about that, that's huge. I mean, that's the number one, contributor to success is the ability. And in today's age as well, we have more and more distractions. We've got the tweets and the Instagrams and so much stuff happening. You're in conversation with someone and your phone beeps and you pull your attention and you look at your beep or your text. What happened? So yeah, the great point. Stay in the moment. Focus on what really matters, and live for now. Versus because when you're looking in the past, especially when you look in the past with anger, there's nothing you can do about it. It's going to lead to depression or those types of things. And then when you have the opposite of that would be looking into the future with anxiety. You're nervous about something. You can't change that either. All you can change is this present moment, which is wrapped as a present, right?
Yes.
Awesome, good stuff. Steve Gunnin.
I like what they both said. I got to be honest. It's it's really tough right now to try to balance business and personal life. A lot of people struggle with it. Social life right now is, it's the holiday season. Everybody trying to do that. So I just, hey, everybody take care of themselves. Try not to, enjoy the season. Try not to go too crazy, and don't get too emotionally wrapped up and trying to take care of everything right. Just like you said, enjoy the moment and kind of live there, and hopefully you can balance things out and make everybody happy, but not and not at your own detriment.
Yeah, make yourself happy first. Yeah, exactly. Great point. Great lineup today. Jason Hunter, the Jason Hunter Group, Fairway Mortgage, Chef Will Wagner, Organic Meal Delivery Service, and Stephen Gunnin, Replenish IV Solutions. And yeah, I kind of echo those. It's this time of years we're setting those New Year's goals, those resolutions. Making sure that you're putting a plan in place, putting an action plan in place to be able to focus on what really matters. Take this time of the year also to do some reflective thinking. Think about the past 12 months. What has worked as a business strategy and what has not worked? And focus on Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule developed by Wilfredo Pareto, 1895, who was an Italian economist that said, hey, I'm noticing that 20% of the land is owned, or 80% of the land is owned by 20% of the folks out there, the landowners. So that common thread is that 20% of your activities, whether it's in business, life, personal, is going to attribute to 80% of your success. So the 80-20 rule, focus on your core values, things that matter most, and it's going to help you lead to success and prosperity. So I want to thank all of our listeners out there. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com, Consumer Quarterback Show, at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Twitter and Instagram. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up leftover food, clothing you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need. Be a force for good in the community, and we'll see you next time here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.